Ever wonder how the everyday fruits and vegetables in the grocery store are produced? It's quite normal for most of us to see the finished product. But what about the whole cultivation process from planting to harvesting? Each year, the United States produces millions of fruits and vegetables, which are consumed all over the country, and quite a large amount is also exported worldwide. Let's take a look at the entire process of harvesting to have a closer understanding of how the farmers manage to provide us with fresh fruits and vegetables all out the year. In the early stages of April and May, just after the ice frosting disappears, the farmers in the state of Illinois begin to prepare thousands of acres of land for pumpkin production. Sunlight plays an important role in the proper growth of pumpkin seeds. In the broad, sunny days of April, farmers use nitrogen-heavy fertilizer to prepare the land. Once the plowing is over, it's time to plant the seeds. Normally, farmers put the seeds an inch deep into the soil and keep about 12 inches between the seeds. Within a week, germination begins. At this point, the baby plant appears and starts to grow branches and veins. Within 2 months' time, the flowers start blooming. Farmers need to take extra care at this point with proper fertilization. During mid-August and September, the pumpkins become fully ripe for harvesting. Each year, millions of metric tons of pumpkins are transported all over the United States from the states of Illinois, Indiana, California, Texas, and Michigan, both as a delicacy and as decorations. Second on our list is avocado. The United States is by far the second largest producer of avocados after Mexico. Almost 90% of avocados are produced in California, while the remaining 10% is grown in Hawaii and Florida. Normally, 80 to 100 trees are planted per acre. As the tree roots reach deep into the soil, proper irrigation plays a significant role in cultivation. The trees only require pruning once a year to get rid of dry branches, and tree lengths are kept at a maximum of 20 feet. During full harvest, pickers use a pull cord attached to a fruit-catching bag and cutting bag to collect the fruits. Then the fruits are docked off on the trucks and are ready to be transported all over the country. Next on our list is an all-time favorite vegetable, sweet potato. Usually in the beginning of March, the seed stalks are bedded. For that, the farmers first loosen the compacted soil to allow airflow into the soil bed. Approximately 3 to 4 weeks after the spring frosts is the ideal time for plantation. In the states of North Carolina, California, and Mississippi, where the sandier type of soil is available, sweet potatoes seem to have the highest harvest. Farmers normally use compost fertilizer for the best growth of edible roots. About 6 to 8 weeks later, the shoots emerge from the soil with leaves and roots. As the vines start spreading, farmers spend a busy time weeding the plants. This stage is crucial for the tuberous growth, so farmers water the soil in the summer to increase yields. Late in the season, watering is significantly reduced. Every day, farmers spend busy time taking preventive measures against pests and diseases. Approximately 100 days after planting, the sweet potatoes become ready for harvesting. In the state of Arkansas, farmers use manual labor to collect the potatoes. While in Mississippi, farmers use the harvester machine to collect all the sweet potatoes. After that, the sweet potatoes go directly to the factory for proper packaging and are then transported to local supermarkets and groceries. The temperature required for a bumper harvest of watermelon is somewhere between 21 and 29 degrees Celsius. Depending on the temperature, the best time for watermelon plantation in North Florida is mid-March and April, whereas in Central and South Florida, farmers plant at the beginning of the year, between January and March. Warm, moist soil with a pH level of around 6.5 to 7.5 is perfect for watermelon cultivation. Until the fruit turns the size of a tennis ball, farmers need to water the plants every day to keep the soil damp. Warm and sunny weather is relatively essential for the fruit to reach its maximum size. In extreme shady conditions, the fruit's sweetness reduces, so it's important to plant the fruit in perfect weather. After 70 to 90 days of seed planting, the melons are now ready for harvesting. The workers work in rows to pick the melons from the vines and dock them off to the trucks to transport them all over the country. Next on our list is corn. The United States is by far the largest corn producer and exporter in the world. In almost every state of the U.S., corn is produced. However, the states of Iowa, Illinois, Minnesota, and Indiana are some of the most corn-producing states. In general, in damp, moist weather, corn seeds grow best. In the middle of April to early May, when relatively more rain is available but not too much humidity to compact the loose soil's air passage, farmers plant the corn seeds in millions of hectares of land. In a warm and sunny environment, corn seeds thrive and grow pretty quickly. Along with this, farmers need to manage proper irrigation, maintain a high pH and phosphorus level with subsequent fertilization, and apply pest control methods to avoid any possible pest infestation. Following all the steps, within a 90-day span, the farmer's field becomes full of ripe corn, ready to be plucked and transported. The Central Valley in California procures more than 90% of United States walnut production. Over the last 10 years, walnut production has significantly increased by a margin of 53%. In California, farmers have to follow specific guidelines to establish a walnut orchard. Aside from the instructions in general, walnut cultivation is time-consuming, to say the least, unlike other seasonal fruits. It takes about 5 to 7 years for a sapling to mature. To reach this adult stage, walnut trees need constant care. Walnut trees need high maintenance for proper cultivation and a lot of patience to see the fruits grow. But it's well worth it for the farmers, as once the trees become adults, they can provide fruits every year with little nurturing. Usually, the nuts become ripe for harvest in August. Once the nuts' green outer shells begin to dry out and split apart, harvesters get to pick them using mechanical shakers without harming the tree. Then harvesters manually separate the nuts from the shells. Then an artificial air drying process is used to dry up the nuts' moisture. The nuts are then graded based on their usage, packed up, and transported for consumption. So we tried to have a closer look at the cultivation procedures of some of the widely produced fruits and vegetables in the U.S. I hope you now have a clearer understanding of the whole process. We should appreciate the farmers for all their year-round hard work to supply us with fresh and healthy delicacies. Right. Till then, please subscribe to our channel for more interesting information like this if you haven't already, and let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Please click the bell icon for an instant update. See you next time.